the journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say na 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 the ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it, is a six, or will it be a four? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the claps run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
Morning, game number 4 of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10 between Nasco and Salama. Uttam from Nasco and Yasser from Salama are the respective captains. Quick pitch report. There has been a bit of rain just before the game has started, so do you expect the wicket to be slightly damp and the outfield to be slightly slow? Interesting to see what the captains will decide when they win the toss and what are they going to choose. We'll have the coin right away. Toss. Yasser, Uttam is going to spin the coin. Yasser calls tails. Tails it is. Yasser, what do you want to do?
We'll bet.
Any reason for taking bat first?
The weather is nice, our batting team side is strong, so we want to make a huge score so that they will find difficulty to chase it.
And what sort of a score are you looking to put up here?
Above 200 obviously. So as soon as the sun will come up, the pitch will dry and the ball will move more. Our bowlers are in pretty good conditions. So batting first is the right option for us.
Okay, Uttam, happy to bowl first on this wicket?
We were actually planning to bat first so that we can put some good score and put some pressure on the opponent. But anyways, it's win or loss. It's okay. We are prepared for both the options, and yeah, definitely we got a good side, good combination of spin and pace attack. So hopefully we'll be able to get the early breakthrough and we'll put some pressure on them.
And how's the team shaping up? You told me that you are just having some difficulties putting up the boys together, and how the morale of the boys, considering that these setbacks do keep coming during these tournaments.
Yeah, one of our main player is traveling actually, so that's the reason we are kind of lacking on that side. He's a all-rounder, but yeah, overall looks good unit. All our regular other players are there, so and hopefully we'll be able to put up good show.
Anyway, thank you. That's the news from the center here. Salama won the toss. They elected to bat first. Live action coming in the next few minutes. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank
All
you.
the best. All the best.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Morning and welcome to this Group A clash between Salama Islamic Arab Insurance and Nasco Middle East Insurance Brokers of the Insurance Cricket Premier League 2023 Season 10. Salama captain Yasir won the toss, elected to bat first. And Yasir and Mohammad Ali opening the innings for their side. Abdul to open the bowling on behalf of Nasco Middle East. Gaurav keeping stumps. High expectations from the Salama captain that his boys are going to put up a good score. Left arm over the wicket, plays it to short mid wicket. Waiting for the umpire signal, calls it a leg by. First runs on the board for the team. Courtesy a leg by. Mohammad Ali on strike. Left arm. This one too on the pads. Straight six down to backward square leg. Ball racing towards the boundaries. First runs of the bat. Not the correct line to bowl when you have in the power play and you have minimum protection outside. Bowls it on the pads. All Ali had to do is put some bat on it and he sends it towards backward square leg. Have a look at it. Round over the wicket. Way outside leg stump. And with no protection on the fence. This was always going to be a boundary. Third ball of the over. Again, this one on the pads. Sam sending it to short square. A single being taken. Score moves on to 6. Ali batting on 5 of 2 balls. Yasir yet to open his account, although he had faced 1 ball. Chance again down the leg side, called a wide. Abdul is bringing the ball back. He's shaping it away from the left hander, from the right hander. Sorry, more better if he comes around the wicket. A good chance of him starting it from outside the off stump and then bring it on the stumps. Here he is bowling on or around the leg stump and taking it away. So not good lines that he's chosen to bowl so far. This one's much better, but Yasir sending it towards the boundary. Misfield there. The fielder at long off station just to stop the boundary. Overruns on the ball. And 4 runs to the total. Score moves on to 11. And Yasir opens his account. Avika one step ahead. Lofts it over the bowler. The fielder running around. Overruns on the ball. And the ball crashes into the fence. This one across the stumps. Much better line this time. He has to ensure he has protection on the right, on his offside. So he needs to make sure he bowls around that line. Last ball of the over coming up. Full toss, plays it towards mid-on. Subin the fielder keeps it down to a single. End of the first over, 12 for the loss of no wicket. And a good start for Salama Islamic Arab Insurance. They'll want to make use of the power play as much as possible and put up a tall score.
And to be be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Bichu coming in to bowl the second over, right arm over the wicket. Yasser on strike. He's 5 of 4 balls. Both the batsmen having a boundary each. Plays this softly towards mid-on. Another single. Subin does the fielding there. Right arm over, say about 6 steps. He bowls this one, cuts it over point. Ball racing away to the boundary, and another boundary coming up. Again, width on offer out there. No second invitation needed to the batsman. He is going to take his chances. Bowls it outside the off stump, way outside the off stump. Enough time for the batsman to cut this one. And with the field inside the circle, it's always going to be 4 runs there. Man at gully moved a bit finer. Much better line, bowls it into the stumps. Another single being taken. Score moves on to 18. And Ali quickly moves into double figures. He's 10 of 4 balls with the 2 boundaries. To Yasser, comes down the wicket, bowls a wide. Yasser's intention quite clear from the word go. He wants to take charge and he wants to take the attack to the opposition. Comes a couple of steps down, misses this one, but still called a wide and a run added to the total. Score moves on to 19. A sun beating down hard, nicely on the ground. This one on top, right into the slot. One bounce towards the long off boundary. Score moves on to 23. Look at it. One step down, meets the ball on the full and lofts it over the infield. One bounce into the fence he goes. 23 for the loss. Comes around the wicket now. Plays it towards mid-on. Chance of a run out. And safely home. That's a single to the total. Score moves on to 24. Both the batsmen now in double digits. 10 each. Quickly off the blocks. Ali this time coming towards the ball and playing it towards covers the man at extra cover there, doing the fielding, keeping it down to a single. End of the second over, 25 for the loss of no wicket. Biju giving away 13 runs of that over. So both the overs costing more than 12 each. Abdul, full toss, plays it towards covers. Man out there to do the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Abdul, now to Yasir. Wants to play down half a bat, but they run a quick single. Want to make sure they make use of every scoring opportunity that they have. This one much better ball, bowling it under the bat. Ali playing over that. So a rare dot ball. Nasco will be hoping that their bowlers bowl a lot more dot balls because Salama aren't going to stop. They are going to go on the attack at every opportunity that they get. Abdul bowls this one wide, wanting to take this ball across the batsman, but sprays it way outside the off stump to be called a wide. Again, it is up to the bowler to understand what he wants to bowl. Has to remain consistent. Invite the mistake from the batsman. That's what he got to do. This one, full toss, plays it towards point. And a dot ball again. Score remains on 28. Over the left arm, over the wicket, plays it down towards the bowler. Quick single taken, chance of a run out. Direct hit could have brought trouble for Ali, but not to be. That's much better bowling. And as you can see, both these batsmen trying to play a shot at every ball. Now this is just one-way traffic. There's always a chance that you can get a wicket here. It's only up to the bowlers and the fielders as to how they capitalize on that chance of a catch. One bounce to the fielder. Again, the singles not being stopped, so one more run added to the total. Much better over this time. number 4 to commence. Biju to continue. He's given away 13 runs of this first over. He has to bowl from round the wicket and not give any width to Yasser or Ali. Let's see how he, this one, into the stumps, plays it in the air, chance of a catch. And that is what I was saying, that always that opportunity that will come your way. It is up to you how you grab it. And a chance gone down, so Yasser lucky to survive that one. Let's have a look at that. Bowling it slightly short, plays across the line, slices it in the air. The man at short third doing well, but just not making sure to bring his arms under the ball. So the good Yorker this time, slowish one. Ali sizing up, but deciding to block it in the end. Had he played over it, probably would have gone on to hit the stump. So 2 good balls. Is nearly creating those chances for his side. Slowly trying to string a few dot balls and put the pressure on. Again, another dot ball. Well bowled this time. Again, not so good batting by both these batsmen in the last few balls. They're trying to slam bang everything. They got a few boundaries, but you need to be calculative that as and when the ball keeps getting old, it's going to get softer. It is going to get slower. The bowlers are not going to give you too much pace. So you work the ball around and still keep the scoreboard moving. So plays it down to covers. Misfield there. 1 run added. Subin the fielder there. And 1 more run added to the total. Score moves on to 32 after 3.4 overs. Same again, width on offer, sends it over the point region for a boundary. It bowled well so far in the over, but this time bowls it way outside off stump. Have a look at his action. A bit of a rounder action. He is not in sync. You have a look at it, a bit of rounder, and sends this way outside off stump. And Yasser is not going to miss out on that opportunity. He has been trying to play that shot, gets one in his zone, and he sends it to the boundary. So 4 more added to the total. Score moves on to 36. We're coming towards the last ball of the 4th over. Good ball this time. A late stumping attempt by Gaurav. Doesn't hit the stump. So end of the over, 36 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 4 overs. His 2 overs have cost 19. 6 runs coming off this over. So the last 2 overs, 11 runs have been scored. Trying to bring that scoring rate down from 11 and plus to, they were 12.5 runs in the first 2 overs and now brought it down to 9. Have a look at his career. 3 matches, 4 wickets. Another right arm slow bowler. Bowls gentle medium pace. Good ball, keeping it outside the hitting zone of the batsman. That's what they got to do. He has to manufacture. This time comes down the wicket and plays it high and handsome over long on for a 6. The first maximum of the game. Score moves on to 42. Ali coming down the track, taking the ball on the sweet spot of the bat and enough power to send it over to mid wicket for a 6. He moves on to 20 of 14 balls. Harris coming to bowl this time. Fuller to the batsman, plays it towards long on Uttam the fielder. One more run added to the total. Score moves on to 43. Keeper now coming up to the stumps, wears his helmet on. Harris to Yasser. Good ball this time, slightly slower and holding its line and the length. Doesn't need to bowl too full, just keep it slightly short of length. Now the chance again, the man had shot third this time. One bounce towards him, score moves on to 44, the last ball of the over coming up. Ideally want to get a wicket this time. Down the wicket, over towards long on. Uttam the fielder there, keeps it down to a single, much better. Over, come back after the 6 of the second ball, gives away just 3 more singles. So he ends his over with 9 runs given away, 5 overs, 45 for the loss of no wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Have a look at his career. 3 matches, 4 wickets. Another right arm slow bowler. Bowls gentle medium pace. Good ball, keeping it outside the hitting zone of the batsman. That's what they got to do. He has to manufacture. This time comes down the wicket and plays it high and handsome over long on for a 6. The first maximum of the game. Score moves on to 42. Ali coming down the track, taking the ball on the sweet spot of the bat and enough power to send it over to mid wicket for a 6. He moves on to 20 of 14 balls. Harris coming to bowl this time. Fuller to the batsman, plays it towards long on Uttam the fielder. One more run added to the total. Score moves on to 43. Keeper now coming up to the stumps, wears his helmet on. Harris to Yasser. Good ball this time, slightly slower and holding its line and the length. Doesn't need to bowl too full, just keep it slightly short of length. Now the chance again, the man had shot third this time. One bounce towards him, score moves on to 44, the last ball of the over coming up. Ideally want to get a wicket this time. Down the wicket, over towards long on. Uttam the fielder there, keeps it down to a single, much better. Over, come back after the 6 of the second ball, gives away just 3 more singles. So he ends his over with 9 runs given away, 5 overs, 45 for the loss of no wicket. Four league games, 4 quarterfinals, 2 semi-finals and a final. Abdul now coming to bowl his third over, but slants this one across and bowls a wide. Total of 31 games to be played by 16 teams who are put up in 4 groups. Each team gets to play 3 league games. We already had 3 league games yesterday. We got 3 coming today, with the first one at the moment between Salama Insurance and Nasco Middle East. Abdul full toss. Calls it a no ball, so it's going to be free hit. Above waist height. And guess Ali will need no second invitation to try to send this ball towards the boundary. Sends it towards wideish long off for a boundary. So the 50 coming up in the 6th over. 5.1 overs, 51 for the loss of no wicket. And he racing up to 26 of the 18 balls he's faced. And his partner not far behind with 19 of 14. Converts it into a half volley. And plays it towards wideish long off. The man at long off, no chance at all. Now coming over the wicket again. Plays it towards short square, wanting a single. Yasser declining that one. A dot ball. Abdul to Ali. Full toss, plays it towards, opens the face of the bat, sends it towards the point boundary again. Another boundary. Score moves on to 55. Bisects the fielder at gully at point. Trying to shape up, but seeing that the full end delivery, all he did was open the face of the bat. Again, another one slanting it outside, will be called wide. Trying to slant the ball away. He's already bowled 3 extra balls in this over. He's bowled 6 balls, 3 balls have been extra, so he needs to reload those 3 again. And the pressure that was starting to build up is again released with these extras and a couple of boundaries. और यासर के भी Abdul, full toss, plays it over. Point again, sliced it. Again, the same result, ball going into the fence. Abdul going for plenty in this third over. As we have a look at Ali's stat, 23 games, 597 runs, the strike rate of 167. At the moment, he's going around the same strike rate. He's already scored 34 of 21. Sorry, it got to 34 of 21. Yes, Abdul is given away 31 of the 2.4 he's bowled. This time, outer edge, carrying towards the third man boundary, man inside the circle. So another boundary. And the score moves on to 64. Last ball of the power play. Another full toss. Sends this over, covers. So another boundary to end the over. So power play ends 68 for the loss of no wicket. "23 runs coming off that over. A massive one for Salama. Just this is the previous ball where a full toss misses that one, but still managed to get a boundary. And the following ball, another full toss, and with the field inside the circle, hitting the bottom half of the bat, but still good enough to carry it over the man at covers, and a couple of bounces into the fence. So end of power play, 68 for the loss of no wicket. Welcome back. As we see Yasser's stats, 21 games, 235 runs. Harris bowling to him. Plays it over covers. The man at point running around to his right and keeping it down to a double. Score moves on to 70. Playing across the line, a dot ball sneaking under the bat. Good take by the keeper, keeping himself low. Knowing that there's not much bounce on this wicket. In the air, chance of a catch, waiting to see if anybody not falling in no man's land. The man at long off, quite slow in reacting. So a single. Ali down the wicket, again playing, hitting on the bottom half of the bat. A single to the total. Score moves on to 72. Foolish delivery, plays it back towards the bowler, a dot ball there. In the air towards the point boundary, the man out there keeps it down to a single, to a double. And the man stationed there, he needs to be much more proactive there and cut down those extra runs. So the end of 7 overs, 74 for the loss of no wicket. Right arm over the wicket, bowls leg spin, full toss, sends it towards the square leg boundary, no protection there, so he's welcome with the boundary. Full toss on the leg, sweeps it. Can see him on the, it's not a full sweep, just half a sweep, but still enough power for the ball to have a look at it. Just trying to go down on his knee, but before that meeting the ball on the full. This time slightly quicker. Ali rooted to the crease. Lucky for him that it didn't go on to hit the stump, so a dot ball. He's on 47 of 26. Coming down the wicket, chance of a stumping. And he's been given stumped, so wicket against a run of play. Good bowling, good thinking by Uttam, shortening the length, trying to keep it just away from the batsman. Ali had danced down the wicket early. Have a look at it. Ali coming in, but missing the ball, and before he could keep his bat down, Gaurav had broken the stumps. And the umpire deeming it out, so missed out on an opportunity to score those 50 runs, out for 47 of 26 balls. 47 of 27 rather, stumped by Gaurav off the bowling of Uttam. 8 boundaries, 1-6. Strike rate of a massive 174. It's given a good start to his side. And Uttam providing the much needed breakthrough for his side that they were looking for. Mohammad Aslam, the new man. First ball, asking for a wicket. Probably sliding down leg side. Caught on the crease. Interesting to see. So what Yasser is also telling him, probably sliding down leg side. Interesting to see this replay. This time, a strange little stance. Keeps himself outside the stumps. They comes in line of the ball just when the bowler is delivering, and trying to create some momentum with that. Gets a single off the second ball. He is off the mark. Let's have a look at that replay. First ball is in line of the stumps. Probably, yes. Is it the height? Umpire thinking the two options for that is going down like, or it is going over the stumps. Uttam bowling the last ball of his over. Floated ball, plays it towards wideish long off. The fielder coming and collecting it on the bounce. So 1 run added to the total. Successful over for Nasco, giving away 6 runs and taking the wicket of Ali. Probably could have got another one had the umpire called it out, but not to be. So the end of 8 overs, 80 for the loss of 1 wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Harris to continue. He's given him 15 runs of the 2 overs he bowled. This one again in the slot, plays it towards long off, and another drop there. Yasser leading a charm life out there. Harris, the one who's been unlucky there. He's creating those chances, just that his fielders are not up to the mark. Another chance going down. This one slightly short, plays it towards the cover boundary. The fielder there. Score moves on to 82. So Yasser already has given a couple of chances. Both those chances going down. Let's see how far he can take his team with that chances. This time slightly short, plays it towards the man at covers. Biju the fielder. No run there. Again another one, this time towards long off. The fielder there. running in, collecting it on the bounce. So one more run added to the total. Onto the pads, through the legs, probably hitting the leg and going on towards, from short fine towards square leg. One more run added to the total. Score moves on to 84. Fifth ball of the over. In the air again, the man at short third kept in business, keeps it down to a single. But that's the situation out now, 85 for 1 as we start the 10th over. This time Yasser plays it towards the mid-wicket region, Haris the fielder there. A single to the total, score moves on to 86. Again, walking in parallel to the crease and playing a defensive stroke. This time stays away from the stumps and senses over the long off fielder for a maximum. Score moves on to 92. Avalkar this time doesn't move, waits for the ball in his zone, and with those broad shoulders just make sure that he senses way over the man at long off for a maximum. Again tries another one and succeeds again. This is even better than the previous one. Uttam will have to do something about it. He is not giving any revs on the ball. He's just coming and bowling those balls into the zone, and Aslam is not going to miss out on those. He's already scored a couple of sixes now. Back-to-back sixes. We'll have to see whether Aslam decides to go again, or does he? Much better ball this time. Slightly shorter in length, cuts this one. A single being a dot ball, so score remains on 98. Last ball of the over coming up. Again, much better ball, slightly shortening the length again this time. Keeping the and another single being taken. End of 10 overs, 99 for the loss of 1 wicket. As we have a look at the batting card. Yasir Khan and Mohammad Ali Mirza open the innings. Yasir Khan is batting 29 of 25. Mohammad Ali Mirza was stumped by Gaurav off the bowling of Uttam for 47 of 27. And Mohammad Aslam Shahzad is not out 16 of 9 with those 2 sixes. 7 extras in the inning so far. Have a look at the bowling card. So far, 4 bowlers used so far. Abdul Rahman, the most expensive, 3 overs, 39 for no wicket. Biju going for 2 overs, 19 runs, no wicket. Haris, a touch unlucky. He is the pick of the bowler so far. 3 overs, 20 runs, no wicket. And Uttam Kutale, the lone person to take a wicket. He's gone for 20 of the 2 overs he scored. The first wicket fell at the score of 78. So a partnership of 21 in the last 2.3 overs by these two men. Should take a quick break. Welcome back as we commence the second half of the innings. 99 for 1 as Subin comes into bowl from right arm around the wicket. This time plays it towards the point boundary. 100 coming up, bowls it short outside the off stump. Subin cuts this one and it sends the ball towards the point boundary. Have a look at it, short and beats the fielder at point and into the fence she goes. Another shortish delivery, this time towards the man at cover. No run there. Subin, third ball again, this time plays it towards the extra cover boundary. Another boundary. He races to 24 of 12. Score moves on to 107. Fourth ball, another short ball. Moving across, missing this one, so no run there. Fifth ball of the over. This time much better in the line of the stumps. Not giving any width to the batsman, so happy to play that down the ground and a single being taken. Nine runs of the over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. Last ball of the over. Balls are slightly wide outside the off stump. Yasser lets that go. End of the over. 9 runs coming off it. 108 for 1 at the end of 11. Another bowling change. Shabir comes into bowl. It's the 6th bowler being used. Right arm over the wicket. Full length ball under the bat. It sends it towards the mid wicket. Harris the fielder. 1 run added. Score moves on to 109. Shabir bowling to Yasser. This time plays it down back behind the bowler. Long on, gives up the chase and the ball goes into the fence. Okay, another half a chance created. The bowler not able to bend down in time. Have a look at it. Goes down and all he can see is that the ball racing towards the long off boundary. Comes down the wicket, takes it on the full. Sends it towards the wideish long off. The fielder kept in business again. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 114. Wide down leg side. So another extra to the total. 8 extras in the innings so far. Shabir bowling to Aslam. Short ball, plays it towards the mid-wicket boundary. One more added to the boundary, added to the total. Score races to 119. Have a look at it. Wanting to bounce this one, but bowls a half tracker, comes into the zone of the batsman, and is not going to miss out on such an opportunity. He scores another boundary for himself and his team. Shabir this time again much better one. Shot of length, plays it towards short mid wicket, takes a single. Score moves on to 120. Last ball of the over coming up. This time another wide again. Trying to bowl it within the stumps. Goes slightly wide of the wicket. No ball being called, so the free hit coming up. A fielder supposed to be inside the circle. But with the extra man outside, this is going to be a no ball. Inner edge of the bat, going towards the fine leg boundary. Ball just stopping inside the circle. Inside the boundary ropes, 2 more runs to the total.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 13 to commence, 123 for 1. Subin coming into bowl, foolish delivery, plays it towards long on. Shabir, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Shot, plays it in the air towards the cover region. Beating the cover fielder for another boundary. Score moves on to 128. Way shot, plays it high over the man inside the circle. A couple of bounces and the ball going into the fence. The fielder for point region has no chance. Plays it down the ground for a single. Uttam, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Breaks the stump at the non-striker's end, but the batsman well in. Jams this one into the surface. It still manages to get a single. Fifth ball coming up. Again in the air over the infield. And another couple, this time much better fielding from the man at the boundary line. This time down the leg side, wait for the umpire's signal. Being called a wide, another couple of wides to the total. Score moves on to 134. Last ball of the over. Cuts this towards short third. No run there. End of the over, number 13, 134 for 1. और कुछ है साथ में खाने के लिए वो ऑमलेट एंड बिस्किट है ग्रीन बिस्किट ऑरेंज वाला ठीक है जो है हाँ ठीक है भेज दो नाश्ता करना है आपको नहीं फिलहाल बिस्किट और चाय चलेगा बाद में देखते हैं shots over the wide Shabir. So another run added to the total. This time lofts it over long on. Long off rather away from Uttam. So one more run added to the total. He moves on to 44. Aslam is on 33 of 20. Score moves on to 136 for 1. Much better ball, slowish and right under the bat, not giving enough room for the batsman to play any shot. Plays it down to the bowler, dot ball. Score remains on 136. Shabir coming into bowl again. This time slightly short, cuts this one over third man for another boundary. Score moves on to 140. Look at this. Way out, stands way outside leg stump, comes in line but still manages to fetch this one. Short, plays it down towards long on. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. $141 for 1. Again playing this one inside out towards the cover boundary and still managing to get another boundary. Both the fielders trying hard, running quite a few paces towards the left and right respectively, but still good enough to reach the boundary. Score moves on to 145. The last ball of the 14th over coming up. Down leg side, another wide. Last ball of the over. Slightly short this time. Asking for a stumping. Umpire says not out. End of the over. 14 overs completed. 146 for the loss of 1 wicket. Welcome back after the break. Uttam to continue over number 15. Only bowled one ball, given away a single, and this time chance of a catch. And the fielder nowhere close to the ball, so another single. Yasser on 49 and Aslam now on 39. Clocks back, plays it towards the mid-wicket fielder. Harris there doing a good job. He is the one who's bowled well and also doing some excellent ground fielding on the boundary. Score moves on to 149. This time going for glory, and finally he runs out of luck, and it is Uttam again who has to come back and break this partnership. Slightly more fuller this time, not the kind of shot that you will want to play when you're just close to reaching a milestone. A better sensible approach could have helped him. Have a look at it. Already sized it up, not accounting for the ball being slightly more fuller this time. Goes on, just spins a bit more than expected. Takes the top of middle and leg. So he's out for 49. Four balls up in this over. The fifth ball coming up. New man in. Farzan, the new man. Taking his guard. Ensuring his Uttam, floating delivery again. First ball after a wicket is bowled. He nearly gets another one. This time looping this one just under the bat, just sneaking under the bat. He played all around it. Farzan. Much better ball. Beats the keeper as well. We'll wait for the umpire signal. It's called. Farzan placing it down towards the mid-wicket region. Takes a single. Score moves on to 151. Aslam is batting on 40 of 25. Comes down the track, plays it down towards long off for a single. Shabir plays it in the air towards mid wicket. One bounce over the ropes for a. So Farzan too gets a chance to score a boundary. He moves on to 6 of 4 balls. Shabir bowling it down the leg side. Drifting it into the pads. And going down on one knee and slog sweeping that one. towards mid-wicket for a boundary. This time slightly shorter in length. Curling the ball in, he managed to play it down to long on for a single. Score moves on to 157. Into the stand she goes, another maximum. So ends the over with a 6. 157 for 2. Have a look at it. Into the slot on the good length spot. Just sails over the cover region. Last ball of the over, bowls down the leg side. Good take by the wicket keeper. 164 for 2. He's batting 47 of 27. Last ball of the over. Another one-handed shot. We'll have to wait and watch what happens with this. Over the mid-wicket. Over the long-on boundary, sorry. He scored his 50. He's 53 of 28 balls. So Shabir completing his third over. He's gone for 47 of his 3 overs. Again, on the good length. One-handed. Bottom hand comes off the handle, but still good enough to send it way over the long on boundary for a 6. Uttam coming to bowlers. Last over, Fazan again going down on one knee and playing this towards mid-wicket. Harris, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Into the 17th over, so remaining 23 more balls, and need to see how much do they come up with. They already were eyeing a score of 200. Well on course for that, as Aslam plays this towards cover region and collects another boundary. Just moves one step to his right and just flays this towards the cover boundary. This time on one leg and sends it over long on again for another maximum. So the scoreboard racing now since he's reached his 50. Looping delivery, but just in the zone that he's looking for, and with those big broad shoulders, muscling this ball over long on. This one much better, shot in the length again. That's what they've been doing. They're bowling a couple of bad balls and then coming up bowling one good one, but by then the damage is already done. One more run added to the total, 182 for 2. 12 runs already of the first 4 balls. This time again good, much better length. Just keeping it outside the zone of the hitting zone of the batsman. Still manages to get a single. So good comeback in the last 2 balls. Keeps it down to 2 singles. We'll have to see how he closes out this over. Much better ball again, slightly slower this time. Keeps it to a single. He ends his quota of 4 overs, 38 for the loss of 2 wickets. Final at the end of 17 overs, 184 for 2. Mohammad Aslam batting 65 of 32, Farzan batting 9 of 7.
and to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
अभी तो फिलहाल नहीं हो रही है हाँ नहीं अब तक तो नहीं आई मैं वही सोचा था ये क्या हाँ वो फिर लगा के रखना पड़ेगा 184 for 2. Harris coming into bowl. Aslam sending this over long on again for another maximum, and all Uttam can do is see it sail over his head. Score moves on to 190. Aris comes to the again. This one plays it towards mid wicket. Shabir, the fielder, will have to wait and watch how. And 2 runs being taken. Score moves on to 192. This time towards the wide of cover for another boundary. So boundary is coming in thick and fast, and none of the bowlers being spared. Harris had kept things under a lid for quite some time, but now he too has already gone for a boundary and a 6 in this over. Dishes this one outside off stump. It just stands and delivers. None of the fielders able to move. One bounce over the fence. .196 for 2. Sam plays it towards wide of long off. Let's have to watch. Now, not a good attempt. Again, another boundary. So the 200 coming up. Scored 99 in the first 10. They already reached 200 with another 2 overs and 2 balls. 14 balls to spare. Need to see how much. This time stands and delivers again. Good ball this time, slightly slow outside the off stump. Aslam sorry on 81 of 36. Wide down leg side. Onto the pads, place it towards long on. Harris will be happy to see him at the non-striker's end. He's already gone for have a look at Aslam's career stats. His 37 matches, he's already scored 1,964. So With this, he crosses the milestone of 2,000 runs. Biju coming to bowl the 19th over from round the wicket. Have a look whether how much can he control. Be more sensible if he gives him a single and brings him down the leg side. Chance of a run out missed, and an extra run being given courtesy overthrows. Good thinking by the keeper, but not appreciated by the captain and the bowler. This is what you need to do. You need to take those chances, and the fielders and the bowlers have to be alert. Still resulting in an extra run, so 204. Bowls another wide, this time from around the wicket, slanting it outside the off stump. So 3 more runs added to the total without a ball being counted. So another 12 more balls remaining in the innings. Over, long on, 1 bounce into the fence he goes. Again another one in the slot. And Salama batsman not going to miss out on those. This time plays it towards point, the ball racing towards the boundary. Harris there doing the fielding, keeps it down to a single. $210 for 2. Biju to Aslam. Full toss on the pads, sending it to a square leg for another boundary. Wanted to cramp him for room, ended up bowling a full toss. And with no protection outside, it was always on the cards that will go to the boundary. He moves on to 86. Again, plays it down the ground and another maximum. He moves on to 92 of 40 balls. Another couple of strokes and he could get his 100. And he has another 8 balls in hand. Sam called a wide, bowling it slower, trying to entice the batsman to play towards the off stump. .221, 5th ball of the over. Again high in the air. We'll have to see whether it goes wide of the field, keeps it down to 2. He moves on to 94, 1 hit away from 100. A last ball of the over coming up. We'll want to see how he approaches this one. Is he going to go for glory or is he going to be taking a single and take his chances the next over? Biju into bowl. Shortens his length, decides to go for a single, sensible thing. He moves on to 95. So Biju completes his 3rd over. He's gone for 41, plenty in this. None of the bowlers being spared today by the Salama batsmen. Last over coming up, Abdul to bowl. Again, slanting this one across. He's been guilty of bowling those wides today, trying to slant the ball across, but with this action that he is, his arm is moving away, so he opens his bowling stance up and not able to gain control. Comes down the wicket, wanting to take a chance. Again, some discontent between the bowler and the keeper. Keeper trying to take a wicket at every opportunity, not appreciated by his teammates. A dot ball. This time towards long on. We'll have to see. Well done by Uttam. Keeps it down to 1. They're coming back for a second. No. Mohammad Aslam wanted to take that double, letting his partner know about it, but Farzan was sensible enough, doesn't want to get run out. Places over third man, ball racing towards the boundary. He moves on to 18 of 10. Score moves on to 230 with 3 balls left and Aslam off strike. Interesting to see how will Farzan approach this one. All he needs is to take a single and give his partner the strike. Whether he's going to do that for a personal cause or whether he's going to play for the team, where he can go all out trying to score a few runs. This time obliges, takes a single and gives Aslam the opportunity. He's 4 away from 100 and 2 more deliveries left in the innings. And Aslam's got to be sensible here. Shouldn't give any kind of width or pace. Slow it as much as possible. This time plays it down towards long on. Uttam there. They come back for 2. Should have been on his toes and stopped him from going for the second. But not to be. Aslam moves to 98. Last ball of the innings. He's on 98. 233 for 2. Abdul's gone for 48 in his 3.5. So another couple of runs will get Abdul to 50, which is not what he'll be looking for. Aslam will be looking for those 2 or more. Interesting battles. Abdul into bowl. Bowls it a wide. Chance of a run out. And asking for the third eye. It's been called a wide. Side angle batana. Show me the side angle. Umpire signaling a wide. Once more, rock and roll again. Let's have a look. Ball in hand. Breaks the stump, but not out. Batsman in, not out. So Farzan surviving that one. A better throw could have had him in trouble. Score moves on to 234. Last ball. Drama continues. Farzan trying to sneak an extra wide. Aslam not interested. A weak throw. Wait for the last ball of the innings to commence. Need to see how he gets this one. Plays this towards covers, a boundary and a well-deserved 100 for Mohammad Aslam. He moves on to 102 of 46 balls. Ends the inning on a high. 238, the highest score of this tournament so far. And we have a second century in 2 days. We have 2 centuries scored in 4 games. Already 2 centuries being scored. Aslam scoring 102 of 46 balls. As we have a look at the batting card. Thank you, bhai. Thank you. Yasir Khan out for 49 of 38. Muhammad Ali Mirza 47 of 27. Both the wickets taken by Uttam. And then it was the Mohammad Aslam show. He got 122 of 46 balls. Not out. Farzan Zafar giving company in the end. 19 of 11. 21 extras in the innings. Propelled the score to 238. This is what the captain was looking at the start of the innings. He wanted to go for 200, got much more than that. Have a look at the bowling card. A sorry sight for the Nasco boys, but this is how it is. Abdul Rahman, 4 overs, 53 runs. No wicket. Biju, 3 overs, 41 runs. Both of them going for more than 13 and above. Harris, the pick of the bowlers, along with Uttam. They both gave away 38 runs. Uttam was successful in getting 2 wickets. Subin Soman, 2 overs, 20 runs. Shabir, 2 going for 3 overs, 47. Bore the brunt of Mohammad Aslam. 2 wickets to fall. One was at 78 and the next one on 149. So 239 is what Nasco needs to get in their 20 overs, as we have the run chase coming in the next few minutes and take a break. Thank you. Let's have a look at the ball before the last ball, wide, and Farzan trying to sneak a extra run. Lucky for him, the throw was weak and he survived that.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back as the chase underway. 238 is what Salama scored in the 20 overs. So 239 is what they need at 11.95 per over, just a shade below 12. Subin to open the innings along with Abdul. Subin a left-hander. Mohammad the bowler. Right arm around. In the power play, the 6 overs power play, left arm over the wicket, quicker one outside the off stump. Subin late on the cut, just get any bat on ball. Ashraf, Mohammad Ashraf nudges this towards short mid wicket, and a single being taken, so 1 run off the mark. Nasco Middle East needs 240 runs, 239 runs, and they need their opening batsmen to give them some kind of a start if they want to make a chance out of it. Ashraf, edge over the man at slip, and the ball races towards the boundary. They wouldn't mind that. Neither would Nasco mind that, nor would Salama mind that, because they will want the batsmen to go in for their shots and create those chances. Have a look at it outside the off stump. Cuts this too close to comfort. The man at wide slip sees his ball sailing over his head, and the man at third man, not a good effort. Luckily for him, he didn't step onto the ball and injure himself. This is going to be a cause of concern. These are not professionals. These are corporate guys coming together to play a tournament. They got to make sure that they don't injure themselves. So another one zooming past the bat into the keeper's gloves. Score remains on 5. Ashraf to Abdul. Dabs this one back. No run there. All smiles. He tried to play a backward defense, not a forward defensive stroke, a backward defensive stroke. Luckily for him, the ball didn't balloon up in the air, so he survives. Ashraf to bowl this time, backs away, plays it towards point. The man at short cover and point quick enough to stop that single. So 5 runs coming off that over, courtesy and boundary. So end of over number 1, 5 for no loss.
And to to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Comes up to then as we see the UAE flag. It is the flag day. UAE flag being hosted high in the sky. Spin being introduced in the second over. Subin on strike. Left arm spinner. So two left-handers being used. Starts off with a wide. Drifting this one down the leg side. Sheikh Humayun, the bowler. Left arm leg break. Bowls this one towards. Some batsman plays it towards point. Wants a quick single. Abdul denies it. This time plays it over the man. At long on, a man stationed there for that. Mars not able to hold on to that, so gives away 2 runs. The field placing well, tossed it up, invited Subin to play that stroke, but a very lazy effort by the fielder. You got to play for the team. He already scored a century. That doesn't mean you can rest yourself. You need to make sure that the rest of your players too achieve success. So a chance going down, and players of such caliber dropping catches is not a good sign. Coming from round the wicket now, score moves on to 9, bowling to the right-hander. Plays it back towards the bowler, no run there. 5th ball of the over coming up. Under edges this one, behind the keeper, wants a single. Is that a run out? Asking for the question. And the referral goes up towards the 3rd umpire. Direct throw mostly has the fielders, has the batsman in trouble. We'll wait for the decision. हुआ? कौन सा फ्रीज हो गया उधर? तो अवेलेबल नहीं है? No, so Subin survives. Having a technical glitch out here, so that helps him survive, and he's 1 run added. This time over the bowler's head. 1 bounce, a couple of bounces, and a single added to the total. At the end of 2 overs, 11 for the loss of no wicket. Mohammad Ashraf to continue. He gave away 5 runs of the first over he bowled. Bowling to Subin, slightly short, plays it towards point. Ali the fielder there, can't stop the single, so 1 run added to the total. Ashraf bowls to Abdul, plays it slightly towards point, wanting a single again. Is that opportunity missed? Yes. And an additional overthrow, so score moves on to 14. Ashraf bowling to Abdul. Plays it over the bowler's head. Chase for the men on mid-on and mid-off. Quick on their toes. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 15. It's the first of the 3 games today, triple header on a Sunday morning here in UAE. Slightly slower, plays it towards mid-on, single taken. Score moves on to 16 for the loss of no wicket. Ashraf to bowl to Abdul. And plays it down towards mid-off. Let's have a look whether it's a single completed, misses the stump. $17 for the loss of no wicket. 2.5 overs, last ball of the third over coming up. They need another 222 runs of the remaining 103 balls. This time slightly slower, beats him outside the offside, misses a stump by a whisker. So end of 3 overs. Humayun to continue. He's bowling the 4th over of the innings, his 2nd over. Given away 6 runs on the first over, he bowled left arm over the wicket. This time cuts this one onto the stumps, and the first strike, slightly flat trajectory this time, pushes the ball through. Abdul trying to cut that one and loses his off stump. So first wicket down at the score of 17. Man out. Abdul, have a look at it. So round the wicket, slightly wide of the crease. Flat trajectory, not the kind of shot that you will want to cut. But he does and perishes. $17 for the loss of 1 wicket. As Uttam, the captain, comes in. Let's have a look at Uttam's stats. 25 matches. Matches, 524 runs, strike rate of 122. He's already faced the ball now, beaten outside. Keeper does well to stay low and grab that one. Humayun again squaring him up. Lucky for him, gets the outer half of the bat and goes towards point. No run there. Uttam's got to play him off the hand, not off the wicket. Again goes back and plays it. This one plays towards short square. A single being taken. Score moves on to 18 and Uttam is off the mark. Subin on strike, he's on 7 of 9. Sends us to a short third for a quick single. Score moves on to 19. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. Stands back and cuts this one, wants a single. Declined by his partner. So the end of 4 overs, 19 for the loss of 1 wicket. Uttam batting 1 of 4, Subin batting 8 of 10. And Sheikh Humayun completes a wicket taking over. His analysis: 2 overs, no made in 8 runs and 1 wicket. right arm over. He's bowling to Subin, the left-hander. Good ball, sneaking it under the bat, but a leg by, hitting the boot and jumping over the keeper. So take a quick leg by. Score moves on to 20. Uttam on strike. This time outside the off stump, slightly wide. Misses the cut. And that's the difference here. You can see Salama boys made use of whatever width was on offer, and this time Uttam misses on one. He could have sent this with the field inside the circle. He could have used the long handle and sent it aerial over the man at point and covers, but not to be. This time plays it towards mid-on, and a well-judged catch by Humayun. Dragging this one outside off stump. And a wicket. Let's have a look. Hard length. Should have played it over covers. Decided to play it on the onside. Dragging this one, and Humayun diving front and taking a good catch. And that's the second wicket to fall. New man at the crease, the wicket-keeper Gaurav. This comes at number 4, falling at the fall of his captain's wicket, who was out, caught by Humayun off the bowling of Afsar for 1. Afsar to Gaurav. Plays it down the ground. No run there. Humayun quick to move towards his left and stop, field the ball. Score remains on 20. Another 219 runs of required of 92 balls. Time wanting to go back and cut that one, not to be, into the keeper's gloves. Last ball of the over coming up. Place it towards covers, a misfield there. And a single completed. 21 for for 2 at the end of 5 overs. the end of 5 overs, Salama went 45 for the loss of no wickets. So the gulf clearly being shown out here.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Rashidul, the bowler, left arm round the wicket. Gaurav plays this towards long off area. The fielder there doing the fielding. 2 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 23. Left arm around, keeper up to the stumps this time, cutting it from the line of the stump, plays it towards covers, no run there. Rashidul, left arm, this time again places off the back foot towards the cover region. Come back for 2. Two more runs added to the total. Gaurav moves on to 5. Rashidul bowling to Gaurav. Again plays it off the back foot towards the cover region for another boundary, second boundary of the innings. Bisecting the fielder, it covers the next to cover, and the ball racing towards the boundary. You need many more such boundaries. Have a look at the replay. Rocks back, cuts this one, and one bounce, and it crosses the man, it covers, and then keeps going towards the boundary. So welcome boundary for Nasco, something to cheer for them. They've been on a leather hunt the whole 20 overs that they fielded. Now we'll want to give some back to Salama. This time over the bowler's head, and a single being taken. Afsar to continue. This time outside the off stump, gives width for the batsman. He plays it towards extra cover, but there's protection there. So one more run. Afsar to Gaurav. Late cuts this one towards point. No run there. He's coming to bowl the third ball of the over. Plays it towards mid-off. The man down at long off will do the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Ali the fielder, quick on their toes. Afsar to Zubin, drives it down towards the long off area, another single added. Score moves on to 34. Afsar bowling the fifth ball, he's bowling to Gaurav. Drives this towards covers. Ali the fielder there, again another single. It's the consistency that the Salama boys have kept. They kept the ball up, they kept it in the driving zone, not giving any room to play the cut or the pull. They haven't tried the bouncer, not happy to keep bowling it consistent in the same areas. Late cuts this one towards the third man area with the open face, another boundary. So score moves on to 39 at the end of 7 overs. Just a little bit of it. And Subin, who plays with a slightly open face, have a look at it, just guides this down to third man and gets a boundary for his team. Swing straight to Rashid, the left arm around. This one edges this one towards the third man area. So welcome boundaries for Nasco. Nasco moves on to 43. Have a look at it. Too full, just edges this one again past the keeper. Guiding it rather. Another one going towards the fence. So back-to-back 3 boundaries in 3 balls. Score moves on to 47. Down, drifting out onto the pads. Turning around and sending it towards a square leg boundary. Rashidul to Gaurav this time rocks back and cuts it towards covers. 1 run there, Ali the fielder. Score moves on to 48. The one down towards long off. Subin moves on to 17 or 15. Gaurav with help of 3 boundaries has taken his score to 21. He's on strike now. Rashidul plays it down towards mid-off. And the 50 comes up at towards the end of the 8th over. Last ball of the 8th over coming up. 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. Last ball of the over. Trickles it down towards square leg, takes a single. At the end of 8 overs, 51 for the loss of 2 wickets. So take a quick break. Right, a off spin ball starts off with a wide. Wanting to entice the batsman to play from far from his body, but bowls it far from the tram line and gets called a wide. This time cuts this one towards third man, and the ball just saved inside the boundary ropes. 2 more runs added to the total. Takes it from outside the off stump towards the long on region. Fielder there. Single to the total. Round the wicket to Gaurav. Plays it high towards the man at long on, and Humayun takes another catch. Wanting to repeat what Aslam had done to them, but unluckily for him, finds the man at long on. So the third wicket down. 55 for the loss of 3 wickets. Gaurav out for 22 of 16. Come back as Biju comes to the center at number 5. Aslam from round the wicket. Bowls another wide down the leg side. Score moves on to 56. Wrapped on the pads, but down the leg side, so wouldn't be. And the height was also a factor, so no run. Score remains on 56 as the 5th ball of the 9th over coming up. Rocks back and plays this towards short cover. No run there. There's a fielder there. Turns around and plays this towards square leg. The man misfields there. Just keeps it down to 1. So end of the over. 57 for the loss of 3 wickets. Completes a successful over. Gives away 6 runs and taken 1 wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Right up off spin. Full toss. Plays it towards square leg for a single. from around the wicket now. Subin comes down the track and loses his stumps. He is bowled, played across the line. Finally ran out of patience and decided to take one on and loses his off stumps. He's out for 21 of 20. So the fourth wicket down in the 10th over. Ramesh, the new man, coming at number 6 at the fall of Subin's wicket. It's time from over the sticks. Comes back and trying to play from the back foot, misses the ball. No run added. Score remains on 58. 4 men to go. Abdul is out. Again, foolish delivery, drives it towards short cover. No run there. Have a look at the men that were out. Abdul was out. First one who was bowled. Uttam followed him. He was caught. As we see, Ramesh trying to manufacture a stroke. Luckily for him, doesn't hit the stumps. Gaurav was the third to go. He was again caught by Humayun at long on. And the fourth, Subin was bowled off the bowling of Yasir. Again places to the cover region for a single. Score moves on to 59 at the end of 10 overs. Start of the second half of the innings. Aslam to continue. He is bowling his second over, 11th over of the innings. 59 for 4. Short ball slightly pulls this one towards short mid wicket. The keeper doing the fielding. 1 run added. Score moves on to 60. Needing another 179 runs of the remaining 59 balls. Required run rate is now above 18 per over, so 3 runs practically every ball. A few wides could help their cause, like this one that he bowled. (61 for 4). In the air, chance of a catch, a third man, but not to be one more run. Trying to close the face of the bat. with no foot movement whatsoever. Tossed up delivery, plays it slowly towards short third and collects another single. Aslam bowling to Biju. Goes back and pulls this towards the mid-wicket region. There's protection out there. So one more run. Farzan, the fielder. Tossing up. Misses that one. Keeper doing the stuff, but batsman inside the circles, inside the crease, sorry. Last ball of the over coming up. A quiet appeal for an LBW, but height could be the issue. So end of the over, he's given away 11 runs of the 2 overs. He's bowled, taken 1 wicket, 64 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 11. Yasir continues. Under edges this one, through the keeper's legs. Goes to a short fine. The man at short third moves around quickly to keep it down to a single. Rocks back and plays a defensive stroke. Chance of an LBW, or he's bowled. Yes, he's bowled across the line. So the 5th wicket down. Rami is finally again running out of patience, trying to play one across the line. Foolish delivery and too full to play a stroke of that nature, and perishes, loses his off stump. 65 for 5. So Yasser gets his 2nd wicket. New man in is Shabir. Have a look at replay of that. Leg spinner goes straight on, and it bringing the off pole back. Back to live action. Shabir, the new man, coming at the fall of the wicket of Ramiz. Drives this towards the cover region. Man there at extra cover doing the fielding. Single to the total. Score moves on to 66. Shabir off the mark. Biju batting 5 of 7. Last ball of the over coming up. Beaten. Chance gone down, edged and dropped. So let's have a look at that edge again. Wait for ball होने के बाद. As Aslam coming to bowl to Shabir. Drive comes down the wicket, asking for a stumping and a review taken up. The umpire refers this upstairs. Batsman coming out of his crease, trying to cut that one. Out. The decision is out. Bat was in the air when the stumps were broken. It's been deemed out. The Shabir is out stumped. So the 6th wicket to fall. Comes down the wicket, trying to cut that one. Misses that one, and all the keeper had to do was collect the ball and bring down the bails in a flash. He does. So redemption for the keeper. Dropped to catch the previous ball, but this time makes no mistake. Shabir is out stumped. .66 for the loss of 6 wickets. Huh? So we have a look at the replay of the drop catch. Let's have a look at that previous one. Edged and into the gloves and outside. A smile from the captain. Agony for the wicketkeeper, but that's the way it is. We come back to live action as Newman walks in at number 8. 66 for 6. Aslam. Too late on that cut. The ball had already crossed him by the time. Shabir, the last man to be out. Aslam's already got 2 wickets of the 2.1 overs. Aslam plays this over covers. The man Ali stops us with his leg inside the boundary. A good effort. Keeps it down to 2. Again, another wild hike. No connection whatsoever. So Varun is on 2. He opened his account with the shot over covers. Batting 2 of 3. Last 2 balls of the over. Lets this one go. So Aslam trying to quickly run through his over here. Already got 6 wickets. They will want to wrap this up as early as possible. Another one jumping a bit. End of the over. 68 for 6 at the end of 13 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Biju on strike is on 5 of 9. Trying to complete this overs. This victory is way beyond their approach as of now. But still will want to make some kind of a contribution as he sends us towards mid-wicket. Farhan, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. One plays it back towards the bowler, no run there. Tossing this one up, too late on the ball. Bowling it within the tram lines, inviting him to play away from his body again. Batsman a bit late in his approach. Full toss, plays it towards the mid-wicket region, nobody there. Just saved inside the boundary, so a couple of runs more added to the total. Score moves on to 71. This time playing it towards the mid-wicket trees, and the man at mid-wicket being kept busy. Another single to the total. Another one towards the right of the mid-wicket region. There's a fielder there at square leg who does the fielding, keeps it down to a single. End of over number 14, 73 for the loss of 6 wickets. Aslam coming over, this time bowling way across, and a wide being called. Has to reload again. Slightly slow, rocks back and pulls this one towards mid-wicket, a misfield. And another extra run being added, so 2 runs added to the total. This is towards short cover. The good thing that the Salama boys are doing is they're running through their overs quickly with the spinners. .77 for 6, 14.3 overs completed. Plays this towards mid-wicket. Surprising that there's no short mid-wicket there. A lot of balls have been played in that area. Probably could have got a wicket or 2. Happy to leave that area open. And this time the captain deciding to come into that zone. Both these batsmen have fancied a lot of their chances in that area. Would be wise enough to plug that area. This time slightly outside the off stump. Ball pitches and just moves the shade away. So Vichu decides not to fiddle with that. Happy to let it go to the keeper. This time backs away, plays it towards short mid-wicket, but still far away from the fielder. No run there. End of over number 15. 78 for the loss of 6 wickets. from the stump. No run there. Goes back to slightly full delivery. This time plays across the line and a quicker delivery. The 7th wicket down. .78 for 7. Varun out for 6 of 13. And Humayun gets his 2nd wicket. Well deserved. He's bowled well. Left arm leg spinners, rare gems of the cricket. Let's have a look again. Pulls from wide of the crease, but make sure that he's always in line of the stumps. Knows if the batsman misses, he's going to knock his stump off, and this is what he's done. .78 for 7. Salama will want to wrap this up. Rajendra, a new man, plays this towards mid-off. Chance of a run out. Risky run. Rajendra off the mark. Biju on strike. Trusting to see how long does he keep himself quiet and defends this one. Very well knows that Humayun is a very good bowler. He doesn't want to take a risk against him. He's got another 4 more overs to bowl. This time coming back, and he too loses his stump. Patience. The moment they play a good delivery, they decide to chance their arm on the next delivery to cover up. And this is what has happened twice in this over. Both the batsmen, Varun and Biju, have seen their stumps being broken. 79 for 8 in 15.5 overs. Nasco in danger of being all out before their allotted 20 overs. Have a look at it. He's already standing on outside the leg stump. Backs away a little more, exposes his stumps, and a cross-batted shot. Humayun shortening the length, and the ball sneaking under the bat into the stumps. And a dejected Biju has to walk back to the pavilion as a new man. Haris comes to the crease, coming at number 10. Wrapped on the pads, outside the leg stump. End of the over, end of over number 16, 79 for 8. .160 runs required of the remaining 4 overs, 40 runs per over. Suman comes into ball. Ball so wide. Loose now. Score moves on to 80. Suman into ball to Rajendran. Plays it down towards short mid wicket. No run. Bowling the second ball of the over. This time balls down leg side, so wide on either side of the wicket, once on the offside, now the leg side. Score moves on to 81. Plays this towards the cover region. Nobody out on the boundary. The ball still not reaching the fence. 2 more runs added to the total. Another wide again. Suman, another wide. Now this is just going to delay the proceedings. It is good enough that you give your bowlers, but they need to come up with the goods. So they've given away 6 runs of the 2 balls that he's bowled. Another wide. Score moves on to 86. See whether he bowls. This time bowls a much better delivery in the line of the stump. Wanting a single but declined by the partner. Rajendran has to run back to his way. Harris declining the single. So another legal delivery bowled. Another 3 more from him. Let's see whether he bowls them on the trot. 86 for 8. Full toss. Missed this one. And he gets a wicket to his name. Rajendran missing that full toss by a mile, and sees his off stump crash as Suman and his friends have a bit of a laugh. Weren't expecting him to do that, but he gets a wicket to his name, so all smiles. That's the last man. Subin comes into bat. Subin S. We have a look at that. Slow run up, full toss, way too slow. Rajendran playing down the wrong line. Plays with a vertical bat rather than a horizontal one. Interesting to see who gets the next over in case a wicket doesn't fall in the next two balls. These two are dicey situations for captain when they decide, when they have plenty of options and whom do they want to give that over to. The last wicket, another wide. Excited after getting that wicket, decided to put in a little bit more effort, gives away a single. Score moves on to 87. Another wide, a lengthy over. He's just bowled 4 legal balls. He's given away 8 runs, 6 wides, rather 7 wides. Suman coming into bowl, asking for a LBW, waiting for the umpire's decision. He says not out, going down leg side. Must be missing leg stump by a little. Last ball of the over coming up. It's already a 12 ball over with 1 legal ball to go. Sam plays it on the back foot, plays it towards covers, a single being taken. End of the over, 89 for 9 at the end of 17 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Humayun comes into bowl his last over. He's got 3 for 9. We'll want to wrap this up. Again, this one down leg side. Doesn't appeal for that one. Plays this towards mid-wicket area. The man there doing the fielding. Keeps it down to a single. Goes back and plays to the delivery. Humayun surprised that how he didn't miss that one. That's what he's trying to do. Push one through and hope that either of the batsmen missed that one. Again goes back and plays to the delivery. It would be more better if he tosses this one up and the batsman takes the bait. No point in bowling it flat and faster. This one, that's the way you do. Toss it up to them and wait for them to do that. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. So tosses one back to the bowler. End of the over. quick one to finish. Just one run of that. He's completed his quota of 4 overs, 10 for given away 10 runs and taken 3 wickets. Would have ideally wanted to finish the innings, but not to be. Yasser has bowled 3 overs, given away 9 runs and taken 2 wickets. Plays this towards the long on region. Fielder there. As we have a look at the bowling card of Salama. 7 bowlers being used. And the only man to go for more than another dot ball. Edges this one towards third man. There's a short third there. One run taken. Same beats him in the air, and that's the end of the innings. Salama Insurance winning by a big margin. All out for 92. They win by 146 runs. Yasser picking up his third wicket. 11 runs of 3.4 overs and collected 3 wickets as we look at the scorecard of Nasco. Subin Paul out for 21 of 20. He was bowled by Yasser. Abdul Rahman bowled by Sheikh Humayun for 9 of 10. Uttam Kutale caught by Sheikh Humayun off the bowling of Afsar for 1 of 6 balls. Gaurav Achani, the only man to score 20, the highest scorer, 22 of 16 balls, caught by Sheikh Humayun off the bowling of Aslam. Biju Panikal bowled by Sheikh Humayun for 10 of 17. Ramesh Sharif bowled by Yasser of 3 of 10. Shabir Ahmed but stumped by Mohsen off the bowling of Mohammad Aslam for 1 of 2. Varun Nagpal out for 6 of 13, bowled by Sheikh Humayun. Rajendra Prasad bowled by Suman, 3 of 5. And the last man, Subin Suman, out for 3 of 6, bowled by Yasser. The man not out, Haris PM, 1 of 7 balls. 12 extras in the innings and a comprehensive 147 run victory. As we have a look at the Salama bowlers bowling card. Mohammad Asif 2 overs 11 runs, no wickets. Sheikh Humayun 4 overs 10 runs, 3 wickets. Afsar Wagale 2 overs 10 runs, 1 wicket. Rashidul Alam expensive 2 overs 22 runs, no wicket. Mohammad Aslam 4 overs 18 runs, 2 wickets. He followed this bowling with the 102 that he had scored earlier. Yasser Khan, 3.4 overs, 11 runs, 3 wickets. And Suman Kumar, 1 over, 10 runs and a wicket. Have a look at the fall of wickets. First wicket fell at the score of 17, 20, 55, 58, 65 is when the fifth wicket fell. 66 when sixth, 78, 79. And the last two falling at 86 and 92. Concluding their innings just 8 balls before the stipulated 20 overs, and we'll have the presentations up in the next few minutes. Take care. All right, welcome to the post-match presentation of game number 4 of the Insurance Cricket Premier League between Nasco and Salama. Salama having a comprehensive victory of 147 runs, and we quickly call the man of the match, Mohammad Aslam, for his brilliant century. Aslam will collect the trophy and the man of the match award. Aslam, right from the word go, the intent was to score big, and you took this opportunity to get a personal milestone.
Actually, it's a much needed innings for me because I just recovered from the injury. I got fractured my boxer finger. So it's a much needed for me to get in touch after a long time. It's been now 6 months now. I just recovered from that injury. So it's a good for me because it's a beginning. So it's a good to come back in the form. I think hopefully it will work for my team Salama in future.
Okay, and about the bowling, you pressed yourself, got another couple of wickets. You must be fancying your chances to take the man of the series going future if you perform the same way.
No, actually, it's the same part of that routine because I just want. I was not in touch in the cricket, so it's the first match when I'm again after 6 months I'm trying to bowl. So it's good for me to get in touch, and I try to bowl within the line, and it's hopefully it will work also for the team in future, and hopefully, let's see, God, if God will, then might be I'll go for that prize.
Anyway, God willing, and thank you for a lovely performance, good batting and some good bowling as we speak to Uttam from Nasco. Hard day at the office. Happy with the boys, the way they performed. A few chances could have been taken.
Yeah, we were down in the when we were bowling, and actually we were quite confident that we'll probably strike out in early, power plays. But a couple of catch drops, and that actually made the foundation good for them. And they bat really well. They were really good batting, sensible batting. They didn't give us good chances in 10 to 15 overs in that cap. But yeah, we tried our best. But yeah, of course, Shehzad played really well. He's a really good batsman, so he's technically very sound. And yeah, we were not bowling up to the mark, but hopefully next game onwards probably we'll correct our mistakes and hopefully we'll come up with strong.
Anyway, thank you for your time and all the best for the rest of the games. As we speak to Yasser, the winning captain. Ball number 1, intent, as you said, we need 200. 238 is what you got. Probably would have wanted some of the more boys to get some hit in when they go into the next games.
Yes, as we planned, as I told you earlier in the morning, that we have planned that we have to make at least 200 so that we can restrict them under, like we never thought that we will restrict them under 100. But yes, we thought that it's a big target. It will be not easy to chase on this ground. So we batted first, alhamdulillah, all the things went under our way, and we made a big score, and our bowling side, fielding side were good. We dropped a couple of catches, but it's okay. When you win with this margin, these marginal errors are okay. And alhamdulillah, we won the match.
So you consider at this moment all the boxes ticked for your boys?
Not all, but yes, we have 3 games. We will be replacing a few team members, and we will give chance to all the 16 members who are there in the team. We want to check everyone so that if we went to quarter-final or semi-final, we know where we stand and whom to play in the next matches.
Anyway, thank you for your time and congratulations for this big win. We hope to see you perform well in the future. That concludes our presentation for game number 4. Game number 5 to start in the next few minutes. We will be coming up with live action. Again, thank you.
Journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. has hit the bat. Whoa, fielders are running to catch it. Is a six or will it be a four? We scream, we roar. Oh my God, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing. What can I say? Let the claps run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League.